One name was conspicuous by its absence from the Munster team sheet in Edinburgh. Ronan O'GARA has been playing Heineken Cup rugby for 16 years and is the tournament's leading point scorer. He was at the heart of Munster's 2 European triumphs in 2006 and 2008, and he embodies the unique spirit at the club where he spent his entire playing career. But earlier this year, O'GARA announced his retirement.
It was my only club for a number of good reasons, because they satisfied my ambition. There was an unbelievable group of friends there and an unbelievable group of supporters, so I'd be a big believer in loyalty and in camaraderie and in achieving together. So for me, it satisfied everything for me. So you ask yourself, am I being challenged? Yes, I was challenged every day. Am I happy? Yes, I am. And do I want to win stuff? Yes, I do. So that was why I stayed there all my career, and it was never difficult to stay there. I loved the place. Stopping playing, it's never easy, but I just felt that now was the right time. You know, I would be so appreciative of what has happened during my career. There's been many ups and many downs with that sport, and I wouldn't change any of it, and I'm very grateful for it.
Home is now Paris, and a new challenge awaits him as assistant coach at top 14 side Racing Metro.
I've been here since the 1st of July, and it's been obviously very different but enjoyable. Completely incomparable from where I've come from and who I've played for, but it's the other side of rugby, I suppose, and it's just as interesting, and it makes, I suppose, finishing playing that much easier, that you have a complete break from the boys in Munster, and it's, I suppose, out of sight, out of mind, and it's easy to forget about them, but it's different. I've had so many thoughts going on in my head in terms of finishing playing is one thing, but then you're moving straight into coaching, you move to a completely different team. I've been one team all my career, and so it's different on all levels. So I really didn't know what to expect, and every day I have different, I suppose, feelings, but it's when you're kept busy, it's easy to just get on with it.
But how would O'GARA the player have coped with O'GARA the coach?
I would definitely made it difficult for coaches, without doubt, but with a view to Munster succeeding on a Saturday, that's why I made it difficult, because I wanted to be challenged, I wanted the team to be challenged. I wanted to understand why we were doing these exercises, why we were doing these drills, is it applicable to game scenarios, and that's how much I believed in being fully prepared to give yourself the best opportunity on a Saturday to get a good performance.
O'GARA has enjoyed many memorable moments during his record 128 appearances for Ireland, one of them the drop goal against Wales in 2009, which secured a first Grand Slam for 61 years. He was unchallenged as Ireland's premier fly half, until that is the appearance of a new kid on the block in the form of Jonny Sexton. Nothing like a bit of rivalry to whet the appetite, and now fate has once again thrown them together.
I think the media like to poke at that relationship as best they can for a number of years, but it's been very friendly for 2 years prior to this. You know, I think obviously we didn't like each other at the start, but we do obviously like each other now. You don't fake these kind of things. It takes time, but that's what you're going to get. 2 into 1 never goes. So, you know, he essentially was looking to take the Irish number 10 jersey, and I was in possession of it. And sorry, you're never in possession of it, but I was playing, so I was going to make that as difficult for him as possible and try and stay there for as long as possible for myself. So that's life, that's reality, that's what happens. But after a time, you shake hands and you become better people for it and better players for it, and you get on with it, and that's exactly how it worked out.
He's a great go between me and also the other players, between them and the coaches. You know, he's like, you sort of say to him, listen, I think we're doing this wrong, or I think we're training too much or training too little, and he can pass that message on. He's sort of in with the players in that regard.
And the reason for his remarkable longevity in the game is a simple one.
He's given me everything, friends, unbelievable teammates, and the best of memories, and I'm very grateful for that.